Hello, and welcome to Enjoy an Album with Liam Withnail and Cristobal Macarthur-Boyd. This week we are talking about Being Funny in a Foreign Language by the 1975. We didn't discuss the title of the album, which I've just realised.
We didn't even do Dream Sleeves. Your feature.
We did talk about the album.
Oh,
sleeve.
yeah, we did.
Yeah, but
we didn't do the
name, Being Funny in a Foreign Language. What do you think of the title?
It's amazing because it's kind of talking about like the impossibility of when you learn a new language. I heard the Stavy was doing a podcast, Stavros Halkias, and he was saying he knows Greek, but not enough Greek to be funny, so he can't pick up.
Can't be
women.
himself. Oh, can't pick up women. Oh, yeah, which fair enough.
So it's like, it's just about that distance between language and how language gets in the way of love.
If this is your first time watching the podcast, yes, it is all like this. Every week we do a new album and then we talk about dumb shit. Exciting news this week is that very soon, from February, I think, February beginning, we will be launching the Enjoy an Album Patreon. Honk, 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 honk.
Honk, honk, honk. If you are enjoying album Ultra.
Honk if you are horny for 2 extra episodes a month.
2 extra eps.
Early access to these episodes.
A day early.
Ad-free, because from the next 3 months at least, we have teamed up with Manscaped. You'd have maybe heard the advert before or after, not sure where I'm putting it yet. So if you are particularly do not like us talking about our balls, then Patreon is a place for you. And also early access to stuff like live shows, certainly ones that we're doing Enjoy an Album live shows, maybe even some individual shows we worked out, as well as discussion on the Patreon, voting on which albums we cover, suggestions for which albums we cover, all kinds of fun stuff. That'll be coming next month. We're just getting in there now early to let you know to save up your pretty little £5 in order to do that. But that's cool.
It's coming.
It is coming. Also, Christopher is going to provide ASMR of him just pointing at things and saying whether or not they're coming.
It's coming.
That'd be an example of one that is coming.
I love the ASMR where they have a little comb and they go.
Do you like ASMR?
It kind of gives me the horn. So
this is the thing that the ASMR community hate, because they are like, it's not a sex thing. But for you it is.
I always used to get it when I was drawing with charcoals. The feeling of the charcoal on the paper would make me go, ooh.
It grosses me out.
Yeah. Well, you've got it.
No, but this your ASMR is supposed to feel nice. Here's the thing. So the idea of ASMR...
It's a powerful weapon.
The comedian, Gareth Much, a friend of mine, he experienced ASMR. And before, I remember him telling us about it.
I've got ASMR.
Before it was even like a well-known big thing.
Yeah.
And he would say...
I get the tingles.
It like gets tingly, but he said that didn't really describe it properly. He didn't have the words, the vocabulary in order to describe what it was. And we were like, what the fuck is that? Never heard of this. This is quite a few years ago. And now since then...
This was before the ASMR became accepted.
It has blown up. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say.
Right.
I don't think that everybody who talks about ASMR experiences what he experiences. I think there's a little bit of performative ASMR appropriation.
What are you talking about? What is the cultural cachet that would come with that?
Oh, people are online. People love that shit. Come on. People, I love ASMR. I like the one where he's eating a chocolate bar and it's... I don't think you do.
Why would someone pretend?
To be accepted by a community. Freaks.
Right.
ASMR erasure. I'm sorry if I get cancelled for this, but
that's fucked up.
That's what I think. I don't think you all have the tingly thing. That's all I'm saying.
I get it from charcoals, and so do you.
No, it doesn't make me tingle. It makes me go, ugh.
Is that not what it is? Maybe I don't have it. I just like Swedish women rubbing. And
that's fine. You like that. You can like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's not the same as having tingly ASMR sensation that some people have.
I don't know. You're gonna need to investigate and come back.
You can enjoy watching those things, sure.
Why are we talking about this? This week we're talking about 1975, the pop rock band from Cheshire.
Is there anything so damning to say about a rock band but have it suffixed by the words from Cheshire?
Oh. Anyway, I liked it. Spoiler alert. and we're going to talk about it for an hour. So thanks for watching, and look forward to the Patreon.
Yep. And thank you for downloading.
We're going to be doing full ASMR 3-hour streams.
Yep.
Where I just touch
exclusively
clothes.
for people who definitely get the tingling sensation, and nobody else.
Liam's going to do ASMR live to you in an MRI machine where we're going to scan your brain and see what's happening.
I bet you didn't know ASMR fascism existed. Now you do, okay? Enjoy your lives. This week's episode is brought to you by our friends at Manscaped, the #1 in below-the-belt grooming. Both Christopher and I have upped our grooming game significantly in the last 2 months. Just before we recorded, we were both admiring each other's nude bodies. Utterly hairless, clean, beautiful.
I'm like a dolphin.
Like a dolphin with a boy's penis.
Which some of them have.
Well, the boy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, have you ever seen a shark? Never mind, we're going to do an episode. Have you ever seen a shark's penis? It looks crazy. It's like a vagina. And
Really?
then the shark's vagina looks like a penis. And you
Wow.
think, what's going on with these sharks? But regardless, we're sponsored by Manscaped. And you should it's not just below the belt as well. It's also above the nostril.
I used a nasal hair trimmer for realsies.
On my head as well, on my ear.
Do you get ear hair? So I haven't entered the ear hair stage of my life yet, but I do get.
What do you mean? I'm not older than you. What are you talking about? Ear stage?
Yeah, but we're all through different stages of our lives. Yeah, but I don't have ear hairs. You do. So we have different stages.
What do you mean? Yeah, did you notice?
Did I notice your ear hair?
Yeah.
No, you just told me that you've used it on your ears.
Good.
I used it on my nose, and I was like, wow, this shit bangs.
No, but people were saying to me, they were like, you look like you got a daddy long legs in there, and its legs are hanging out. And now, I mean, I feel
Now,
great.
what are they saying now?
They're saying, whoa, your nostrils are so smooth. And I actually have a weird shaped nose that some people bring up to me when I'm drunk and I get angry at them.
Your nose is...
Just the nostrils are kind of like diagonally oval or something, you know? Not nice. I want a round nostril, like all my heroes.
When you have visible nostrils, you don't want hair in there.
Dude, honestly, it was disgusting. People were bringing it up, and then I used this product, and my nostrils have never felt better.
I've spoken before about the I'm wearing the Manscaped boxers today because they are my favourite boxers. They're so comfortable. Whenever I've had a wash done, they're now premium first pair I wear before the next wash gets done. Every single day.
They're in the top 3 for me.
Great. So, hey, how do you get smooth nostrils, ears, and wonderful boxer shorts and a nice trim set of knackers? Well, you get the Manscaped kit. Get it on the manscaped.com. Use our code ALBUM20. You get 20% off. We continue to get sponsored. They continue to pay for the studio. We have a good time all together, okay? One of the best ways you can support your favorite podcast and your own bollocks is by going to Manscaped and using the code ALBUM20. Do it now or after the episode, preferably after the episode.
And also, if you don't have balls and you're a lady, or you're a lady with balls, or a man who doesn't have them, whatever your configuration is, you can use this.
Whatever your configuration is, you can use this. And that's the Enjoy an Album promise.
You're listening to Enjoy an Album, the podcast where two comedians listen to some of the greatest albums of all time.
Here is Apple Music's introduction to Being Funny in a Foreign Language by the 1975. 20 years into their time together as a band and approaching the 10-year milestone of being a hugely successful one, the 1975 felt in better shape than ever. Self-reflection, sobriety, even fatherhood have influenced the way the four-piece, assisted by producer Jack Antonoff, approached the creation of their 5th studio album, resulting in 11 songs that distill the essence of the 1975 without ever feeling like they're treading old ground.
Jack Antonoff, man.
He's back, man. Jackin' Antonoff.
Jack off and Antonoff.
Yeah. He's
guy.
back, baby. You hate
Tell you
him.
what I noticed when he produced Lord on Solar Power. What's the album cover?
The big ass.
Big ass.
A big
when
booty.
he produced Saint Vincent on Mass Seduction.
Whoa.
What was the album cover?
It was her in like pink tights bending over.
In a leotard, yes.
Yeah. And what's here?
Why is Matt Healy's cheeks not spread open with his little chocolate starfish hanging out, eh?
I read an interview with Jack Antonoff the other day where he spoke about how he thrives producing young women, and that feels weird.
What did they say that for?
And it's like Lord, St. Vincent, Taylor Swift, and a few others, and it's all young, beautiful.
He said he thrives in that environment.
Pretty much.
Speaking of guys who have been inappropriate with young women recently, this week we're doing the 1975 with Matty Healy. What did you think about that? Because that's one of the things that I was kind of wanted to do this podcast about this. I wanted to listen to this to see what is this guy actually doing.
Okay, so let's make sure we go about this the right way. For anyone who doesn't know, Matty Healy, lead singer of the pop rock band The 1975, they are on tour at the moment. And it seems like every date they do, he does something wild, controversial, filmable, and gains another viral moment out of it. And the most recent, well, one of the recent ones is there was a girl going, "Oh my God, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me." And he's like, "Let me see your ID first." And then she gets her ID out, and when he realizes that she is overage, he then plants one on her.
Now, a lot of people were like, on the internet, they were like, so this guy's checking IDs, which is what you should do before you kiss someone. And you think that's bad? And it's like, well, there's a power dynamic here, isn't there?
There is the power dynamic. I mean, that I think probably is okay if a girl is going, "Kiss me," and you're like,
not if you're a singer.
You know, I mean, there's that who's fucking Monica from Friends did it in that music video.
Like she was being paid as an actress.
What? No, he pulls her out of the crowd.
That wasn't, I guess that happened to Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, he's the boss.
If Bruce Springsteen kissed, he's like 70 now, though. He's not kissing
he kissed
young women
anybody.
in the crowd.
His lips fucking crumbling into dust.
Little biscuit lips. Little digestive Springsteen lips, man. That guy's face is a fucking assortment. He's like got part of X for eyes. And his lips are little nice biscuits.
I think, though, that when it comes to kissing women as a man in your 30s, you should adopt a challenge.
Late 30s.
He's my age. He's 33. This actually pissed me off. Loads of people saying, he's nearly 40 and he's checking IDs. It's like, he's 33, dickheads. There is a difference.
Yeah.
Very important.
It's getting there, though, isn't it?
It's just close to 25. Nearly.
So you want to do challenge 25?
I think you should adopt a challenge 25 policy when it comes to kissing women in your audience. In that, if they look less than 25, don't fucking go near them. Just generally, you know?
I would just say, I don't know. I just think it's weird.
You just don't like people kissing.
I love people kissing. Too much, arguably. I'm a pie watcher. You know, I've seen it.
You're a what watcher?
Pie watcher.
What's that?
So one of the worst things you could be when I was a wee guy was pie watcher.
What is that?
It's when you see people kissing and you fucking watch them.
Right.
And if someone sees you doing it and they go, he's a pie watcher. That guy has never kissed anybody and he's watching people because he doesn't even know about it.
Right. Is that a Scottish term?
It might have just been a Bailson term, if I'm honest with you.
You're a pie watcher.
Pie watcher. But I was always, if I saw two 17-year-olds kissing when I was 10,
You check their ID.
I'd go, Matt. I didn't even know who it was at the time, do you know what I mean? But yeah, crazy times. I didn't know they'd be going for 20 years.
Well, they formed when they were as teenagers.
Oh, okay.
So 13 years old, they got together. So technically, yes. So we always start with like, what did you know about them before we sort of get into them? So obviously, he's been going viral with all these crazy moments from this big tour show. I watched one of the tour shows. It's on YouTube, live at Madison Square Gardens.
It went out. It was on Amazon Music. Your favourite company, Amazon. You and Jeff Bezos, big pals.
We love the same TV shows.
Yeah, that's something we were talking about before that.
It's impressive, the live show at Madison Square Gardens.
It fucking better be if you're playing there.
It's like, but the set is like, it's purposefully very theatrical. Like it looks like you're about to watch a play. There's like, you know, when you watch a play and there's like half a house, like a sitcom set.
Yeah,
it's kind of what it looks like. And they sort of arrive, and it's very like the lighting. Like when they arrive, just before they go on stage, there's like the sound of a car arriving, and then you hear like car doors slamming as if they're getting out of the car and into the house, and then even a blick blick as they lock the car and the light comes on. And it's like, interesting.
That's absolutely sick.
Yeah, it was cool, right? And then Matty Healy just walks out and just fucking lights a fag. And I'm like...
That's cool.
No, it's not cool when you watch it.
Oh.
It's like you've done this amazing setup to just come out then as you are anyway.
But that's a theatrical thing, isn't it? You might be smoking one of those theatre cigarettes.
I wouldn't be surprised. Here's the big question that we're going to face this week. Is it possible for your behaviour to cringe your way out of having a good album?
Oh, that's a good question. I was just going to say with regards to there was another kind of viral moment at the Madison Square Garden thing where he was smoking a fag and he was sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
And he was just like
rubbing
people
himself.
say I'm feeling myself, but it's like I'm feeling good about myself. But he was literally just as if he'd taken MDMA for the first time.
Yeah, he's like stroking himself. That's a part, and so he's smoking,
This type of stuff,
rubbing his body, and then he gets on the ground and he does push-ups.
I didn't see that. He does push-ups.
He does push-ups.
That is sick.
And this is the most entry-level Banksy style, like social commentary that you can get. Like he's watching the TV and he's like stroking the TV, and sometimes he's flashing himself, but then it cuts to, it's an image of Jeff Bezos, or it's an image of fucking Ben Shapiro.
You can't really premiere your Madison Square Garden live show on Amazon Music and then go, and do you know who's ruining this planet?
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos.
And like Mark
like
Zuckerberg's
jack off
face is
smoking a
there,
fag.
and he's like stroking the screen, and then Matt Healy climbs into the TV.
Ooh, that's sick.
We live in a society.
We do indeed.
He climbs into the TV, and I was like, oh my God. And then he comes out, and here's the crazy thing. Before he went in, he was shirtless, right? But the shirt he had been wearing was like a white shirt with like a black tie. And then he climbs into a TV, and then he comes out, and now he's wearing a black shirt. And I just think that says so much about society. You know?
I think this is great. Had you ever listened to this band before this week?
When they were nominated for the Mercury Prize a couple years ago, I was like...
2018 one, the one about an inquiry into online relationships?
No, the other one, earlier than that, where I love it when you sleep because you're so beautiful, but yet you do not realise it or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But yet you were so unaware, I think.
Uh-huh.
I put that on and I listened to it and I kind of just went, really?
Yeah.
And that was it. I listened to it once and just went, okay.
I listened to it because everybody was talking about it and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. You know.
I loved one of those songs.
Love it if we made it.
I love it if we made it.
Yeah, that was a song you used to sing on Twitch. I remember. Yeah. That's where I know that you know that song from.
Why did I sing that?
Whenever you were playing Dark Souls and you were trying to do like a hard bit, if you got through the hard bit, you'd go, I'd love it if we made it.
That is great.
Shout out to the CMB Hive on
Shout out
Twitch.
to the CMB Hive. Long time, no buzz. Yes. Love the sound of those bees. Yeah, I don't remember doing that, but if I saw someone doing that, I would like it.
Yeah, and it's a good song. Mm-hmm. They're more than capable of writing good songs.
And
than
see, the
1975.
cool thing they do in that is they do the chorus twice, but then the third time they do the chorus, which is right after the second time they do the chorus, it changes. It's like...
They love that muted bass.
Yes, they do. Yeah. And then the fourth time they do the chorus, there's no version of it. The first and second time, I mean, it's sick. Sick shit. Fucking in the backseat, taking lots of heroin.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. He
Love it if we made it.
So like they kind of have it all really. They're critically acclaimed. Like 2 Mercury Prize nominations. That doesn't go without a sniff. I know.
4 best new musics, I believe. 3.
They 5 number 1 albums now, including a couple in America. A tour that fucking sells like crazy. And all this everything that Matt Healy does seems to go viral.
I was saying that's a kind of like, I watched the Zane Lowe interview with him. And I meant to
What do you think of Zane Lowe?
Well, this is I meant to bring this up because when Stu was on, when you were sick in your hospital and Stu came on, because I remember when we done the Harry Styles episode. way back during like the pandemic.
We watched that. I remember watching a Zane Lowe thing with him.
I remember going for a walk in the park. Go for a walk in the park with Stu McPhee, and I was telling him, I've been watching the Harry Styles interview with Zane Lowe, and he went, God, Zane Lowe just loves everybody, doesn't he? And I think of that all the time, and I laugh because he literally could be speaking to anybody, and he go, oh my God, I'm sitting here with Fred Durst, and I'm thinking, God, when chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavoured water came out, that really just changed.
Where is it from?
The way I thought about it. He's from New Zealand. Zane Lowe. I'm sitting here in a big hoodie with baggy jeans on.
Wow, I'm sitting here with Harold Shipman, and I just think I just love what you've been doing, bro.
I remember when your single came out, Harold, when that one first dead old person came out, I put him on twice on my Radio 1 show. I said, he's killed a person.
He loves everybody. You're right.
You just literally, like, Hayes was going, God, I'm sitting here in your Malibu beachfront apartment, and God, that new record just came out. I love it. It's such a transgressive statement of gender.
And does he love Matty Healy?
Oh my God. I remember when your first record came out on CD, and I played it twice in a row. He played it twice when Chocolate came out on the first, you always see it in like best-selling vinyl lists of the last 20 years. This is the first 1975 album, was like Black. And when that came out, Zane Lowe played the first single, I think it was Chocolates or Sex, I think it's called. And he played it twice in a row.
On his radio show?
He broke them.
Wow.
And then Matt Healy's like, yeah, I remember when you played that song twice.
Yeah. I think one of my first times I was aware of Matty Healy, separate to the 1975 as his own individual phenomenon, is that interview of his that went viral where he's like curling his hair and like smoking a fag. But I just want to know, like, like I'm an atheist. Where's my rights? Like as an atheist, like Catholics have rights, Jews have rights, Muslims have rights. Like you can't offend anyone. What about me when I'm offended? And it was like such a sort of coked up, watched a fucking Ricky Gervais stand up, 5 a.m, trapped with someone in the corner of a kitchen.
He is the living embodiment of like come down chat.
Yeah.
That's when he's doing it. I think he's rubbing himself with it. I think he knows that though.
And he sort of plays up to that a bit.
Yeah.
He's more self-aware than I think people give him credit for. I watched him on Chicken Shop a Date. You ever watched that show?
I think I watched one or two of them because I wanted to do a similar thing called Sausage Supper Date. And my agent said that already exists.
Who would be on Sausage Supper Date?
Yeah.
Oh.
You, Matt Healy, and Harold Chip, and Zane Lowe. I remember the first time I had a sausage supper. I played it twice on my radio show.
Where's my sausage supper? Like all these other people here have sausage supper. Where about my sausage supper? No, a Chicken Shop Date. What is about fucking the YouTube viral series and chicken? You have Chicken Shop Date. You have Hot Ones. And then you have the Pengist Munch. Do you remember that?
He was great.
What
happened to him? Did he start killing people?
I don't...
Harold Shipman style.
Did he start killing people?
Did he start putting poison in the chicken?
Well, he didn't cook the chicken.
No,
he reviewed the chicken shops around London.
He was great. I loved it when the fire came up.
And he was at Crep Check. Did a cool fucking...
Had cool shoes on.
This is Amelia... What's her surnames?
Baylor?
No.
Do you know Amelia's name?
Different Amelia.
Oh. Vicar Amelia from Bloodburn.
Chicken Shop Date is hosted by Amelia Dingdingborg.
Dingdingborg?
I don't know. You having a laugh? I don't know it. I was hoping you would.
What ethnicity shit if you're sitting out, hitting out with the, the name Dingdingborg?
Amelia de Moldenberg.
De Moldenberg?
That's
what actually close. You didn't say that.
That's what I said.
You said Dingdingborg.
No, I did not. Let's not focus on what we may or may not have said. And apologies to Amelia, who I think is very funny.
Amelia Baylor.
And also Amelia, that one.
Dingdingborg.
The Hindenburg.
The Dingdingborg explosion killed many people. chicken shop in London exploded.
That's
the
so
bones,
offensive to that poor girl who's
the
very
bones
funny.
went through people's heads.
She's very funny, and
Shrapnel.
she has Matty Healy on,
Oh yeah.
and you can tell that Matty kind of feels like he thrives in situations like this. He's like, yeah, it's like a meta fake date interview where it's kind of like it's kind of like a flirty between two ferns. It's like it's a not real interview, you know. Gonna say things that are slightly not offensive, but like gonna
Take
sort
your
of-
piss.
gonna poke at you
Tweak
a little
your
bit.
nips.
Absolutely. And Matty's like, I like having my nips tweaked, you know. So he tries to do it back, and the energy's off, man. It's not good. And at one point, he's like, "Why don't we just kiss? Why don't we just kiss? Just as real. Just kiss me. Just give me a kiss." And you can tell Amelia's thinking, I mean, if I kissed him, big viral moment, but I don't want to give him the victory. So she goes, no, I don't want to kiss you. And you can tell he's gutted.
No wonder.
That's the big highlight of the video.
Rough.
Yeah. They don't eat much chicken.
No. Is he vegan?
No, but has those vibes.
Yeah.
Has the vibes of someone who tried being vegan, but it was too difficult.
It's hard enough getting off heroin, man. If you're, you know.
Well, this is it. He's like, you know, he's been to rehab and he's recovering smackhead. I can say that as a recovering addict. But
You didn't do heroin.
I did lots of drugs though.
You didn't do heroin. I've done lots of drugs, but I've done heroin.
Yeah, but I've done.
Not lots. Some.
Do you want to do a trumps of drugs?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
You have a
If you're
misunderstanding.
sitting there with your handful of cut. I'm sitting here with a 2, a 3, a 6, and a 9. You're sitting there, 9, 8, Jack, King.
What you don't understand.
He's sitting there in this car with a full
What,
flush of
what
heroin.
you don't understand about the recovery community is that there is no top trumps. My thing was harder than your thing. We all understand addiction. It can be anything.
Of course.
And no matter what it is, it can be as disruptive.
And if you need help, there is help out there.
From Chris.
If you need help beating Dark Souls.
I'd love it if we made it.
I love it if we made it. He was saying...
Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because, you know, I don't think far from it. Thing is, when you go to rehab, you are encouraged to take an abstinence-based recovery, right? So that means no taking anything. So you can get off the heroin, but you can't drink instead. Can't do coke instead. You know what I mean? You can smoke. But then these live shows that he's doing, he's drinking. And he's drinking out of his flask. And he seems to be pretty drunk. So I think he is currently...
Is it a Dylan Moran thing, though, where he's got a glass of wine, but he's not drinking that much wine, is he?
I mean, maybe. Maybe.
Is it Ribena?
Or he's drinking out of a hip flask.
That could be Ribena.
It could be anything.
I've played that game before.
It could be anything. And if it's not, then it speaks to the Matty Healy performing as Matty Healy nature of the whole thing. But if it is, then, you know, he is an active drink and drug user still.
I was going to say, in the interview with Zane Lowe, he's talking about going to rehab and stuff. He's like, I went to rehab and all these guys were like, I've lost everything. And I hadn't lost anything, you know. I hadn't lost my family, hadn't lost any possessions, hadn't lost my band. And they were all rock bottom, but I was like, fine. I was just on heroin. It's quite funny.
Sounds it. I have...
I love his gloves.
Sorry, what can I just mention to go back to Chicken Shop Date for a moment? That was home to my YouTube comment of the week.
Okay.
This was a comment 1 month ago from the user, no Facebook for me.
That was the name?
Yeah. No Facebook for me. Said, there's no way that none of the guests have fallen for her.
He did fucking fall for her.
Even if a bit. Even if this is generally staged, her half-acting, half-real conversations are charming her guests. It's not the other way round. She is so attractive. She is pretty, but it's her personality, her demeanor, her charm that truly makes her beautiful. And comment after that says, love Amelia's dates. I reckon she should come to Australia and do some dates with Australians. We have very good chicken shops.
And I actually disagree with that because a lot of the chicken in Australia fucking sucks.
There's Red Rooster out there, though.
Yes.
It's
terrible.
Oh.
Fucking cum baguette. It's nasty. Also, so much came in it.
You're, and they have chicken salt out there as well, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's fine. But I was talking to a farmer about this, about why the chicken in Australia's bad.
You talk to Australian farmers a
No, I
lot?
was talking to an Irish farmer.
Right, okay. On
And I
your
was
farming podcast.
Because he'd been to Australia, and I was like, what's up with the chickens over there?
Christopher Macarthur-Boyd.
Big farmer. I was talking to this Irish farmer. Well, it's Tom Mahoney, the comedian.
What?
I was saying to him, why are the chicken in Australia suck so bad? And he was like, it's because they don't feed their chickens the same stuff we feed them. So we are used to the chickens eating like, I don't know what we chicken feed, I guess. Over there. It's
Dog
like,
feed.
It's like the outback, man. You know, there's not enough grass or whatever chickens eat. So I just find Australian chicken very chewy.
I think you've had overcooked chicken.
I stayed in Australia for 2 months, separate bits, West Coast, South Coast. I don't think it's called that, but down the bottom. Perth and Adelaide, many chicken endeavours were had. Never had a nice chicken.
You never had chicken schnitty,
Yes,
which is good.
but it's nicer here because we feed our chickens right.
Right.
And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Let's get into the
Can I
background.
do my unhinged YouTube comment of the week?
Yes.
Unhinged YouTube comment of the week. It's from the music video for the song Happiness, the second track on this record. And a guy called Weston Payne 4 months ago said, going through a rough breakup from an abusive partner right now. And this literally couldn't have come at a better time. New chapter, new happiness. And then a guy called Tom Molchanok responded.
No,
said,
Tom.
this will not help you long term. This will not help you long term. Please get therapy or buy the whole album.
One of the two. If you can't afford therapy, buy the whole album.
Go to Zavi.
You'll feel better. That's
Does
fantastic.
Zavi still exist?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
HMV is still going strong. Not strong.
It went and then it came back. HMB. Remember. What was that noise?
I just make a noise with my mouth sometimes.
What a horrible, weird noise.
Nah, it's fun.
Getting that for sale on vinyl. Actually, no, it's fun. Disagree. Shall we get into, let's do some mud raking on Mr. Matthew Healy.
Secret Posho. I'll do it kind of in the style of Secret Posho, secret Posho. You do it fast and it feels like no show. I got the money, I got those bros. Secret Posho.
Bow, bow. Matty Healy. You know this? Matty Healy is not famous enough to have his own individual Wikipedia page, which I find
That's not true.
it is true.
Cannot be. He's a famous man.
I know.
He's the kind of trendy Harry Styles.
If you go to Matty Healy, it just takes you directly to the 1975's own page.
I think that says a lot about the band.
That's bizarre.
I think it speaks more about the band than it does about him.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that he is, a lot of people know this, I think. He is Ultimo nepo-baby. He is the son of Denise Welch, winner of 2009 Celebrity Big Brother and star of Loose Women. Mm-hmm. And Tim Healy from Auf Wiedersehen Pet.
What I will say about those two people is they are hardly working for Raytheon.
Absolutely.
You know, they're
That's
not-
why I said nepo babies and not...
You said ultimate nepo baby.
He is a nepo baby. Come on. His parents are both famous.
The millionaires,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
But they're from working class background, sure.
Yes.
But he's not.
No, he's from Cheshire.
Yeah. And
Like the cat.
the way he talks is, like that.
Moneyed.
Did you ever watch Auf Wiedersehen Pet?
Is that the sitcom that's set in like Nazi occupied France?
No.
Where's it
It's
set?
Hello, Hello. Hello, Hello you're thinking of.
Oh, what's that? We do some pet.
Auf Wiedersehen Pet was like a comedy drama right, on the BBC. It's fantastic. It's about a bunch of proper Geordie lads.
Geordie.
And they are tasked with moving a bridge from Germany to the Tyne. Or
During
vice
the war?
versa. Nothing to do with the war.
Nothing to do with the war. Okay. Sorry.
So Auf Wiedersehen Pet, it's a really clever name. It's like saying goodbye pet, and it's, but it's in half German.
pet.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Can't do Geordie
And I
accent.
remember when it came back, the advert said, Auf Wiedersehen Pet is back. Like that. And me and my friend Pat thought that was just the funniest thing. So we would shout at each other from across the school playground. Auf Wiedersehen Pet is back. And Tim Healy from that, Geordie actor. You know comedian Gavin Webster?
Proper jokes.
Proper jokes, handcrafted by myself.
Pastiche.
Honolulu.
Great guy.
He's very good at knowing which words sound good and funny in his own accent. So there's a famous Gavin Webster routine about pandas, right? And if you look it up on YouTube, it has been recorded at a big theatre in Newcastle for a big special, and he is introduced to the stage by Tim Healy. Oh my God! So there we are.
I know a guy who knows this guy's dad.
That's right. So we are three? The Matty Healy factor is we are three. If we really, really, really needed to, matter of life and death, we could probably get hold of Matty Healy within a few hours.
If a terrorist put a gun to our heads, as they often do,
Yep.
and said, "You need to suck Matt Healy's cock, or I'm going to shoot you in the head," we could sort it out.
Zane, what do you think of this terrorist?
Honestly, I remember the first time he put a gun to my head. I thought, "Fucking hell, this is a game changer."
So yeah, and the band got together at school, and they were basically, I mean, they released their first album, and that was it. Boom, 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 boom. Do you know what I mean? But he is, I mean, I think.
No, not really. Boom, 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 boom. It was like 10 years of like nobody cares about us, and then they just caught fire. He was saying in the thing, they went to the Deaf Institute in Manchester, and he was like, "Yeah, we didn't actually play here a lot when we were coming up. It was when we just caught fire." And he says the iPhone had just came out, and there was a girl on the balcony, and she filmed it like that, and like put it on YouTube, and then that's what caught, and he realised like the power of the internet. And now every record's a kind of, it's like what you say, it's like not stunts, but like just doing his job of being a pop star basically by using technology in a new way, the same way that
So you think that do you how pre-planned do you think these sort of controversial or sort of like viral moments are on stage? Do you think he's going like, "Oh, tonight I'm going to eat raw meat," and then some will film that, and then that'll
did he eat raw meat?
Well, that question brings us very nicely to this week's quiz. Here's a quiz about Matty Healy's behaviour on stage. Okay, it's a true or false. Okay, true or false? Did he or did he not? There's only 4 of these.
Yeah.
So true or false? Matty Healy checked a girl's ID before kissing her during a live performance.
Correct.
That is true. Correct.
I thought that was going to be like a trick question of, that was actually after the performance or something.
True or false? Matt Healy's checked a girl's ID at a gig before allowing her to purchase ibuprofen.
Incorrect.
It's false.
Yeah.
It's true or false, not correct or incorrect.
I'm playing my own game.
True or false? Matty Healy ate raw meat on stage.
You brought it up, so I'm going to say true.
That is true. Yeah. Yes, 3 out of 3.
Do you remember that guy who came out? Sorry to interrupt your quiz, but remember that guy who was like, "I only eat raw meat."
The Liver King.
The Liver King.
Yeah.
I only eat raw livers.
And that's
it
why I'm
turned
so
out,
fucking buff.
Turned out he was doing a lot of anabolic steroids.
Yeah. But they were raw.
Yeah, he didn't cook them.
Last one. True. He did eat raw meat on stage. True or false? Matty Healy ate ass on stage.
Incorrect.
That is, as far as I know, that is incorrect. False. But,
Respect.
some would say that he eats ass every time he gets up on stage.
No, that's incorrect.
Not me though.
No.
Not me.
That's cruel.
Do you know where the name the 1975 comes from?
Is this part of the quiz? Can I
It
get a
can
bonus
be.
point if I'd get it right?
Sure.
I believe it was a quotation from the back of a Jack Kerouac book.
On the Road, which
On
we
the
have
Road. I
spoken
hate-
about before.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
But he seems like the type of guy who would love it.
Well, it speaks to him being a 21-year-old fucking philosophy student doing coke at a house party.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's a wee bit cringe to be that type of guy, but I think if you're going to be a pop star, you need to be a wee bit cringe.
So
You need to be an avatar of like something. In the same way that Morrissey was an avatar of like the rejection of the materialism of the 80s. And he's like, I'm wearing NHS fucking glasses. We're like very plain, we're the Smiths. I think the 1975 is like too much online, like doom scrolling. He just like captures a very cringe modern thing, and he does it amazingly.
Well, he kind of gets away with it for being just that, showing just that little glimpse of being self-aware about it all.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of, I think, just sort of like, just curves. Because if he was just pure cringe, he wouldn't be famous.
No.
The band would not be good.
Well, he's a good-looking guy. He's a good songwriter. Mm-hmm. And he's got cool hair.
And famous parents.
And famous mum and dad. Well, that was the thing in the nepo-baby thing, was like, in the thing, Zane Lowe's trying to bring up, oh, you were coming up during, like, you know, when you were a teen, your mum and dad were in the tabloids, and the tabloids here were monsters, you know. Like, what was that? And he's like, oh, it was nothing, you know. And he's like, no, what about your mum and dad? And he was like, in the nepo-baby Olympics, I've came last place. Like, what is the line from my mum was in Coronation Street to selling out Madison Square Garden? There is no line there. But it's just because they're rich, and when you're rich, you can afford to fail over and over again.
Well, and you presumably have some industry connections. And
Come on.
Are you mad? Of course they do. They might not have, like, they might not know the fucking head of EMI or whatever.
No, they don't.
But if you are in the arts, you know other artists. Do you know what I mean? So
It's a different type of privilege, though.
Well, sure, but it still exists. I mean, growing up, I mean, how many of our parents had musician friends?
My dad's only friend was the drummer in the Simple Minds. So that's a bad example.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a nepo baby.
No, I'm not. I mean, my dad did do the hair for Guy Tank Commander and Dan Clark's How Not to Live My Life, but let's not go into that. I'm not a nepo baby.
Anyway, like, I'm not saying that it's, you know, like, this isn't maximum criticism. People, you can't help who your parents are or whatever, and I don't think it's the same. Obviously, it's not the same as me.
Tell that to Macaulay Culkin, because he did divorce his parents.
Obviously, it's not the same as your dad fucking working for Raytheon or whatever. But there is an element of it. If your parents are famous or on TV, then you first off, you have access to different media people. You know, PR people.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying he disagrees with you.
Yeah, of course he does. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He is his biggest crime is not being as smart as he thinks he is.
A girl said that to me when I was a teenager, and it stung.
Well, I mean, no one is as smart as they think they are.
I think I'm actually smarter than I think I am.
Yeah, I agree.
Do I talk about the record? We got more homework to do.
No, let's get into it. It opens with the song "The 1975," which all of their albums open with.
They said it was like they wanted to do it. So the first two records, which is the black and white one, and then the neon pink version on a white background, which is the same cover, they had very similar songs opening them. So now every record they do starts off with a song called 1975, and they wanted it to be like, do you know when you turn on like a Sega Mega Drive game and it goes like Sega? Mm-hmm. They wanted it to be like, oh, every time you listen to one of our records, it's like you're loading up your game.
For a band that is incredibly online, swing and a miss, because it makes it very hard to Google any information because you've got a song, you've got 5 different songs called the 1975 by a band called the 1975 who have an album called the 1975.
Yeah.
It's complete, like, I mean, finding anything about this song is all the extra stuff you have to do.
But then that's the kind of reward you get as you go on genius.com and you click on the lyrics for the whole album and you click the top one, you know?
Yeah, no, but it's not, it's like Chiverches obviously put the V in their name so that to make themselves more Googleable. And that's being online. That's smart modern thinking. The 1975 by the 1975 from the album the 1975. That's that fucking meme about The Room.
By who?
The Room, the film. You know, the meme that's like,
oh, hi Mark.
No. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. That's what it's what's the name of the guy from The Room?
Tommy Wiseau, sorry.
So fucking Idris Elba.
Yeah. The fuck, man. The fuck. All right, James.
The meme is like, oh, a film produced by Tom Wiseau, written by Tom Wiseau. You know, it's just his name loads of times. That's what that is. 1975.
We done that. The St. Vitus by St. Vitus on the album St. Vitus, the 1970s original Doom thrash song.
The second it started, I was like, oh, hello, LCD Soundsystem.
Oh my god.
He just wants to be all my friends. Which is
honestly, I didn't know what to expect for this. I thought maybe they're doing something different. See, when I heard that, I was like, see if they do a whole record of an LCD Soundsystem style New York disco pastiche, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. That's exactly what I want to listen to. Can't enjoy LCD Soundsystem anymore because they're a bunch of fucking, money come sucking freaks these
What
days.
else did they do recently?
They'd done an Amex exclusive show. You could only buy tickets to see LCD Soundsystem in New York if you had an Amex card. Are you kidding on, James? You've got enough money?
Come on, to fuck.
You freak.
Where are your friends tonight? Or they can't get in because they bank with Lloyd's.
They're on Lloyd's TSB, man. They've amalgamized.
But yeah, when I first heard that, I was like, okay, all right. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh, you're 17, and you're like, oh, but then that never comes back. That was the Soundsystem never comes back.
Yeah, that is it, isn't it? And then the second song comes in, Happiness, right? And this is what was good about this, right? I was immediately felt rewarded for the work we put into the podcast, okay? Because one of my original aims for this podcast was that we ourselves would learn so much about contemporary music along the way. We would become scholars in modern pop music, okay? The second it came on, and I've read nothing about this album, I never do. I listen to the album first, and then I do my research. It came on, I was like, this has Jack Antonoff's Dirty Mitts all over it. And I messaged you straight away saying, this sounds like Jack Antonoff. And again, that was before I'd looked it up. And correct. Now, I don't think being able to spot a Jack Antonoff produced tune is that fucking incredible. I think if you know much about him.
Have you seen the video of the guy listening to the last Taylor Swift record and he listens to the first 2 seconds of every song and goes, yeah, that's him.
Yep.
Yeah, that's him. That's not him. Oh, that's him. Like straight away.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I thought, wow, that guy's incredible. And then you listen to it, and once you know his sort of tropes, then it does become easy. But I was like, we've spoken before about sometimes you listen to one of these records and you go, I wonder if this band ever listened to this band. And then you Google it and you're like...
Turns out they let them open for them in 1982 and the crowd bottled them or something. You're like,
I'm so clever about music.
I'm so smart and cool.
But the Jack Antonoff, there is that sort of 80s, that muted bass, 80s muted funk. That is a Jack Antonoff
On the
special.
verge of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
A wee bit.
The 1975? Well, they weren't even born that year.
What's the deal with asking? I mean, Jerry Seinfeld should be asking girls for their ID before he kisses. I'll tell you that much.
1975? Were you even born that year?
If so, not interested. Sorry, Jerry. If you're listening.
Being funny in a foreign language? Try being funny in this language.
He has done, and he's done it very well. So, Happiness by this group, 1975, co-written by DJ Sabrina, the teenage Sabrina. No, co-written by DJ Sabrina, the teenage DJ.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know who she is, but it's a great name.
Great name. I looked into her. Oh, I wish I wrote that down, actually. She was get this great interview with her, and she's talking about like her style, and she's like, yeah, I'm kind of coming at it from a kind of on the tail end of the Hallmark wave / Disney wave movement. And I was like, what?
What,
But
the
then I
Hallmark,
looked at it and I was like, yeah.
the Hallmark wave / Disney wave movement. Yeah.
It's this big thing sweeping the nation. Remember the Violent Femmes were on Sabrina?
No.
Yeah.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch theme. You can tell it's a good theme because you can sing the title of the episode to the theme.
Sabrina, the teenage witch is Sabrina.
She's a teenage witch.
and Sabrina, she's a teenage witch and she's here to make you laugh. Banana Salem.
Is it Caroline Rhea? She does stand up.
Yeah. No, it sounded like I was horny. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she does. I think she came and did the Fringe and she was a bit mad. Or maybe we shouldn't talk about this.
Wow. You going to do that to a female comedian? Making her way in this world? You going to say she comes over here and gets this hysterics? Come on, show some respect to women.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Caroline Rhea.
I heard she was pretty crazy, though. What did she do?
Do you know what?
Let's not speak out of turn about Caroline Rhea.
I think it'd be
Let's show some respect.
too much info needed, too much context needed to go into it. She went on the Reverend Obadiah Steppenwolf, the third show, and didn't like it. But then
You need to know what you're getting into if
the
you're going
Rev is
to.
quite a contentious character.
Can be. Can be sometimes.
So who knows?
What other songs do you like in this record?
Caroline. I didn't listen to the record. No, I did. No, it's just there's a lot of songs about Carolines. There's Caroline
Yeah.
and there's Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
What's with the? Do you think it's just a musical name?
Caroline Yes by the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Caroline No by the Kaiser Chiefs.
Yeah,
Sweet Caroline.
yeah.
Oh Caroline. Carolina by the Girls.
What's with the Carolines?
It's just a great word.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
I like that song.
I liked I'm in love with you. I liked it because if he was Scottish, it would be I'm in love with you. I would be saying yes 4 times instead.
Yes. It's one thing I like about our Irish band Fontaine's DC, right? You know, when some bands are like, they need a word to fill something, so it'll be like, yeah, or ooh, or baby.
Yeah.
Fontaine's DC just go, yeah. It just sound like they're in pain. It's
Yeah.
great. They do it in most songs. They go,
I'm on fire.
fucking hell,
The lads.
God, lads, will you stop?
So I like the Viper. You ever see that?
No.
Viper.
What's that?
From what's that called? I know the guy. Who's the guy? No, I don't know Viper actually. It's the
This is good podcasting.
No, I'm sure we've had this exact same conversation like 40 episodes ago. It's like an Irish sitcom
Right.
set in like Cork,
Okay.
and there's a guy called the Viper. He's a drug dealer. All right, lads. He's great. He's got sunglasses, and he sounds like he's Skinty Fia by the Fontaines DC.
I
we
like the song Part of the Band.
Yeah.
Ma.
Watching in America.
Yeah. Lyrically, the band, again, it's that thing of like, when you teeter on cringe like that, when you try and talk about the things that they try and talk about, is very easy to step
Online
over.
stuff.
Not online stuff, but also just them being like, just the way they write. It's like, yeah, we're just honest, and we write in our own voices, and we're funny, and it's like, I've written some lame lyrics that they've written. So in Part of the Band, he says, "I like my men how I like my coffee, full of soy and won't offend anybody." What does that mean?
I don't know. I've never been offended by coffee.
In the 1975 by 1975, he says, "Feeling apathetic as I'm scrolling through hell. Think I've got a boner, but I can't really tell."
I like that a lot. As somebody who's been scrolling, sometimes I just scroll for hours, and I appreciate the fact that they're attempting to.
But think I've got a boner and I can't really tell was more the cringy.
Sometimes you can't.
Think I've got a boner and I can't really tell. And it's like, oh my God, Matty Healy's singing about boners.
If you're a 17-year-old girl, this is life-changing stuff.
Whilst QAnon created a legitimate scene, but it was just some bloke in the Philippines.
I love that. That was that guy. Do you know that Ian Miles Jong or something? And he pretends he's like really involved with America, but he just lives in the Philippines. He's never left.
Yeah, and loads of QAnon bots.
I love
as well.
the fact that there's a big pop record that's like #1 album in Britain, and then talking about Ian Miles Jong.
Yeah, but you know, the 1975's like contradiction is, and they were called out for this during the last election, as being a band who fronts himself as being very political, but whenever there's an actual election, just go completely fucking silent.
My favourite band, Los Campesinos, called them out for that because I've said it before. Los Campesinos, if you are a fan of the band, they will pay for you to join a union at your work. They are proper left-wing people, and they had that go at the 1975, and they had that go at Idols for being absolute LBC centrist dweebs.
Yeah. I remember that Idols. I remember then there was footage of them saying on stage that you should vote Labour and stuff like that. And I remember there being lots of tweets then being deleted. We're gonna
pussies.
We're gonna do an episode on but it was the Los Campesinos.
Oh,
deleted
yeah.
tweets. And you, I think.
Oh yeah. I don't delete anything.
But
Other than my entire Twitter feed before 2019, which I used a thing called tweet delete to get rid of.
really,
Yeah.
what we okay, that's interesting because
Everybody should do that.
yeah, every now and then just purge. It's something. The 1975 purged all their social media before they announce new things. But yeah, so they are. It's like they're sort of like their politics are kind of like it's what is acceptable left wing politics more
The
than
Overton window of being a young person.
yeah. So they wave the LGBT flag and stuff like that. But when it actually comes to speaking about what is going on, you know, they'll put Greta Thunberg on her record, but then when there's an election, it's like, well, who should we vote for then, Matt?
Well, it's hard to say you should vote for. Imagine being like a cool rock star who's like wearing a long jacket, standing on top of a burnt out car, and you're like, vote for Keir Starmer. I mean, you can't.
Well, no, this is pre-Starmer though. That election,
Oh,
wasn't it? Do you know what I
Corbyn
mean?
shit.
That was the Corbyn. I mean, Little Mix came out for Corbyn at that election. Imagine having less radical politics than Little Mix.
Little fix.
You fucking pussies.
Fifth scrapping or whatever the fuck. Fifth Chamonix. What were they called?
What do you think of the album cover?
Love it. Honestly. What a great photo. I wear a long jacket as well. Really saw my... See, when I seen him in the Zane Lowe thing and he's wearing this jacket and he's got a shirt on, he's got grey in his hair, I was like, I could be this guy.
For the audio listener, Matt Healy is stood on a burnt-out car that has been graffitied and is on a beach somewhere. He's stood on top of it wearing his long coat, sort of looking down at the bombed-out car.
Big leather gloves doing a wee dance. I think it's a striking image. One thing about this record is that he was saying, you know, a lot of times, obviously he can just talk for England about himself because he's a narcissist, right? But he was saying, you know, when I was writing this... writing other records, I was like, I have to talk about everything that's ever happened, everything that will happen, my entire life. But for this one, it's more like a Polaroid, you know, it's like a moment in time. It's like, it starts, it ends, and it is. And I was like, everything does that, man. Literally everything starts, ends, and is. But it's like that fucking, you know, when Harry Styles was in the film and he was like, the thing I love about this film is like, you can tell it's a film.
I think that actually, guys like Harry Styles and Matty Healy are kind of the worst enemies in trying to say smart things in situations like that.
He's smarter than Harry Styles, so.
Sure, but he says stupid things. In that interview where he said atheist stuff, he also said, I just think that art is the only thing we have outside of everything else.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you're on heroin, man. You know, I think I wanted to hate him this week. I wanted to go, oh, let's make fun of this guy. Everything I seen him say, I was just like, good. I'm like that sometimes. I think people, and I read this article called Why It's Sexist to Hate the 1975 or something like that, which wasn't what changed my mind. I'm not trying to appease some blogger, but I did think it was saying, like, you know, guys don't like this guy because he is cringe on stage. He's very kind of sexually open and stuff like that. And guys watch that and go, oh, I couldn't do that, so I hate him. And I think people do hate in people the most what they see in themselves. You know, and all the things that I'm trying to love myself a wee bit more these days, you know. And I watch him do cringe stuff or like have an earring, and I'm like, God bless you.
I was impressed with the Madison Square Garden show, despite all the cringy stuff. The sound's amazing, and I think the songs are good. And I think you're right. And there's a point in the chicken shop date where Amelia Dindinborg asks him,
I love her.
Asks him what's your favourite lyric that you have written. And he sort of struggles, and then he says, there's one in this album where, and I'm probably going to slightly misquote it, paraphrase it, but he says the lyric is, I think I'm falling in love with you, or I'm falling in love with you. I think it's I love you so much. I think it's I love you so much. And she's kind of like making fun of him, going, but I mean, that's, anyone could write that. And he goes, exactly. And I was like, okay, that is cool.
He's pretty cool. I like him. I really wanted to hate him. I wanted to go, you're a fucking pedo.
Yeah.
Kissing the girls. But then I thought, I mean, you shouldn't be doing that really, but God bless you.
I think his cringiness is the price you have to pay for what is quite a good band.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to listen to them much. They're not that interesting, I don't think.
Great songwriting.
Good songwriting. They're just, I mean, I haven't listened to their other albums, maybe it's the Antonov effect. It just sounds. It is just so produced.
Yeah, he was saying, he was like, because a while ago he was like, Arctic Monkeys in the teens. No, he was like, Arctic Monkeys in the noughties. We want to be the Arctic Monkeys of like this decade. And now I think he was saying, he was like, he doesn't compare himself to like Royal Blood or like British bands. He's more like, I want to be compared to Taylor Swift or Lana Del Rey. Or that's why he got Jack Antonoff for this record. He was like, Lana Del Rey is like, he produced the last one of hers. I want to produce hers. I want to be like Kendrick, Lana Del Rey, Taylor Swift. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that comes across. He's a pop star.
Yeah.
Who wants his friends around because they keep him sane.
This is more pop than rock. 100%. Maybe the earlier albums have something else to say about that, but
We need to blast into his tattoos. Every week we have a segment, Tattoo Woohoo, Tattoo Boohoo. 2 guys reviewing tattoos. We're gonna Google image search and then we choose if it's tattoo woohoo or tattoo boohoo. We're judging the ink, yeah, that's what we do. Full sleeve or face tats, big skull or wing match. You pick the design, is it better just fine? Or dragon or a skull, pretentious or no? You got to hide and we will decide if it's tattoo woohoo or tattoo boohoo. Yeah.
at times 2 speed today.
We've only got 10 minutes left in it. Fucking.
Okay, we need to find
First
through.
tattoo. This is it. On his chest, he's got
Oh, we've got the classic sailor tat style.
2 hands shaking. Annie.
And what two? Yeah, two.
True love.
So we've got, for the audio listeners, sailor style. His nipple is on stage, on show even.
Should get that mole checked.
You've got a love heart with 2 hands shaking above it, and then above that 2 doves. And written is the word Annie, and underneath the heart written are the words true love.
Annie was his grandmother.
Right, that's interesting because you have a rose because of your grandmother.
Yeah, I
is that
have a
right?
rose. I have.
This is why you like Matty Healy.
Well, I kept seeing myself in him, and I have a fucking chest tattoo.
And you have a heart. Yours is anatomically correct. We have a heart
Yeah.
over your heart, and so does he.
I have. Don't forget from my granny,
Yeah. Okay.
and I got it at Niagara Falls.
Yeah. That's a woohoo
I
for
thought
me.
that was cool. I don't know if I've said this, but I thought that was like a cool place to get a tattoo. Turns out that's like saying, "Oh yeah, I got a tattoo for my grandmother in Blackpool."
Right.
It's like the same kind of vibe. Anyway, I'm giving it a huge woohoo because I basically have it. What do you think?
Sure. Woohoo.
Okay, next tattoo woohoos. Newcastle. You not seen that before?
No, I didn't look at the tattoos because I wanted a fresh reaction. That is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, it's Newcastle United, and then is that the Newcastle logo? It's a unicorn
No.
with mermaid legs.
No. Wait. Okay. First off, it's not a unicorn. Unicorns have a bit.
Oh,
It's like
I
the-
thought
the-
that was a horn. It's
The
just its hair.
defining feature is a horn. Okay.
So it's a horse.
It's a seahorse. It's like a joke because it's like a horse and a mermaid. So it's a seahorse.
Right.
Is the joke.
Okay.
And then written in
And is
what?
a seahorse their logo?
No, they're the magpies.
That's weird, isn't it? I'm giving it up.
It says Newcastle United in like black, like in like handwriting letters. Then that makes sense because his dad is a Geordie.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And I well know why women watch football. Right. I'm gonna give it a woohoo.
really?
Yeah. And I'm just like, what's going on there? Who knows?
It's a boohoo. You know, it isn't. No, it's a boohoo from me. Come
Okay.
on. Any tattoo that makes me laugh like that, I think, is a boohoo. Okay, let's see the next one.
And then he's got a tattoo. It says in handwriting again, kind of capital letters, kind of the Simpsons font. If I'm honest with you,
Yeah,
Matt Groening. It says,
Matty Groening.
God, I remember when the Simpsons first came out. Put it on Radio 1. Weak messages create bad situations, it says. And I would say that this in and of itself is a weak message because I don't know what it means.
Weak messages create bad situations.
Imagine you're at a house party and a guy goes, "You want to see my new tat?" And you go, "All right." And he just rolls up his sleeve and he's got a tattoo that says, "Weak messages create bad situations." I was like, "Oh, what weak message did I do to come here?"
Yeah.
Because this is a bad situation.
When did he get this?
Fuck knows.
It seems like some of the faux philosophy that people sometimes pick up in recovery, rehab, and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I know a few people with similar tats.
They just get like a slogan on them.
Yeah.
Tattoos are very addictive.
No, totally. Especially when you get an idea in your head about a certain phrase or something. But weak messages create bad situations. It's bad grammar. Weak messages create bad situations. Is that
Is
right?
that bad grammar?
I think so. Weak messages create bad.
You should never end on a supposition.
You should. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my arm.
Poor grammar creates bad situations. I'll tell you that much.
That's a boohoo.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a boohoo, but I like the other two. But God bless him. You know, I like the boy a lot. I really.
I believe.
Wanted to hate him.
I just wish. I think all of his behaviour would be more acceptable if he was like just 8 years younger. Do you know what I mean? Like he's my age.
He was 8 years younger 8 years ago.
That's true. I should. You're good at maths. You know that stuff.
I'm actually smarter than I think I am.
The album, just to quickly sum up, is a sort of tour de force of pop rock. Okay, it is a lot of good.
I would just say pop. There's no fucking riffs or anything in this.
Anthemic, good. Like
There's some other stuff. There's kind of like ballads and stuff, and there's like a wee country bit, and there's like piano. Warren Ellis shows up from the Bad Seeds to play violin, very hauntingly.
Yeah.
He does a Christmas song near the end, which is quite cool.
Wintering.
Yeah.
It's very Paul Simon. It's
Super Paul Simon.
Sounds
I
like,
woke up this Christmas Eve and I was.
which I really liked that song. Mm-hmm. There's moments of it like I don't think.
Mother, you are 64 years old.
I would recommend watching the Madison Square Garden, the first half of which is all songs from this album. Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting. I think the thing is, I remember that I said about Harry Styles that he's always threatening to be interesting. Well,
He's threatened. He is interesting.
but this is what I mean.
Yeah.
So he is doing what Harry Styles can only dream of.
Yeah.
But he's still, I think he's just, it's just out of reach of anything that's actually substantial. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think there's some substance in here, and I think it's quite good. I enjoyed the album this week. I'll say it. I enjoyed the album. I enjoyed listening. Did I think it was the best thing I've ever heard? No. But will I go back and listen to his older stuff? No. Nah. Well. Nah. I will do that. And if a new one comes out in 2 years, I'll listen to that as well. I thought, God, he's one of the few people who's alongside Lana Del Rey who's actually trying to kind of speak about the way the world is.
Well, I think Lana Del Rey does it much more effectively.
Yeah, probably.
And that album, Norman fucking Rockwell, if this is trying to be that, then it just falls short. Mm-hmm. Same producer. That...
Should we do the Lana Del Rey record when it comes out? The Tunnel Under Hollywood Boulevard or whatever?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Every week we add 2 songs to the playlist. They enjoy our playlist on Spotify and Apple Music.
You said playlist 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Playlist.
We had 1 song from the record and then 1 song inspired by a conversation.
From the record this week, I'm going to put Caroline.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Caroline.
Which I thought was the funnest. I just enjoyed it. It's like catchy, fun, simple. Doesn't have really wank lyrics. I think 1975 at their best.
Wow. We're going to put on Happiness, co-written by DJ Sabrina, the Teenage Sabrina. No,
and
the Teenage DJ.
Sabrina the Teenage Sabrina.
Yeah.
With Salem on DJ.
I did like I'm in Love With You a lot though, and I liked About You as well. It had the singer for Japanese Breakfast on it as well.
Happiness is, I think, the best example of the album of a typically Jack Antonoff produced song. So if you listen to that, you'll be like, right.
I would love to hear it because they had another producer originally.
From the guy who produced 22 a Million by Bon Iver. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of hear echoes of that in this with some of the fucking background horns. Yeah. Yeah, but without all the weird auto-tune stuff. Although I do love that 22 a Million album.
If you listen to the last 1975 album, that starts off, the way it starts off with an LCD Soundsystem riff on this one, there's like a Kanye West voice. You know? Do you see the video where somebody's falling down at his show and he's trying to do the auto-tune stuff, but he's like, fucking pick her up. Someone's falling down, don't pick her up. Oh. It's like really cool. Fucking hell.
The song inspired by a chat. I'm going to put on another Jack Antonoff produced song by someone we've spoken about.
Hey, Jack Antonoff.
but I love this song.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put on "Venice Bitch" by Lana Del Rey. It's an incredible 9-minute piano piece that then goes off into this weird fucking guitar solo for 4 minutes. It fucking bangs. It's the best song on Norman fucking Rockwell.
Sick. I'm gonna stick on just based on the fact that Happiness is this big kind of chunk of like 80s pop revivalism, and then a kind of belter saxophone solo comes in. It reminded me, I don't know if you heard it, the song Midnight City by M83. And then yeah.
The most 2009 song there is.
Yeah. Well, this sounded like that to me. It sounded like, oh, that was the kind of popular hipster track that became in adverts and stuff. But when it came out, it was like, oh my God, this crazy French guy's really reinvented stuff. And then this is the kind of the fashion cycle that's just came around.
What's the song? You Me Appearing, the first song on the M83 album. Fucking absolutely bangs.
So I'm going to stick that on. And the saxophone solo, there was a kind of 2009 moment when everybody had saxophone on. Colin Stetson was the indie rock saxophone player of choice. And he has a whole album where on the front cover his cheeks are just like blown up because he's doing this crazy circular... He's doing very discordant stuff. It's great. Anyway, I enjoyed the record this week, and I wanted to hate him, but I loved him. I wanted to be him.
He has more credit than I'm going to give him more credit than he deserves. He's younger than he should be. He's not as smart as he thinks he is, but I think he's all right. And the album is fine.
That's it.
Thank you for listening to us talk about the 1975. We hope you have a wonderful week. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will catch you next time for another album to be enjoyed.
We are going to be with Roscoe McClelland doing an album. Who's that him coming in just now?
Could be.
Could be. We're going to be listening to Punk in Drublic by NOFX with Roscoe McClelland. Thank you.